everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. What I'm planning today is something that I've been looking forward to. Now, I initially started and did my very first Fallout 4 streaming content recently. Now, it went very, very well. It was really successful, and I was going to create Abraham Lincoln. And I still have the character, but I'm still learning Twitch and the recording broadcast for the creation, the planning, and the very first part that I did with Abraham was not recorded properly. So yes, it was streamed, but I was not able to actually get those put onto YouTube in time. This is my fault. But I'm going to take this as actually something special. Because as I was playing Lincoln, I didn't feel he was a great representation of my ability. Yes, it was super cool that I was taking a really interesting character and doing something really difficult in Fallout, but I was thinking, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Because if I'm going to do a series of Fallout videos, I should explain how to play the game and how I would recommend playing the game. So, what I thought we should do is let's pick the hardest difficulty, survival, and let's make the best survival character we can. And specifically, why don't we lean into the character being indestructible? That's what we're going to go for here. So today what we're going to do is we are going to build an indestructible Fallout character. This is just the planning phase, so it's going to take some time. Gonna have to figure some things out. I don't plan on creating this character tonight. I'll probably do that maybe tomorrow. And instead of like with Abraham, I was rushing through everything. I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm not gonna try to be the most efficient I can. What I'm gonna do is show you guys how to play. So why don't we start from the ground level? Let's create an indestructible Fallout character. So first things first, what are some big perks that we want to have? What do we want? How do we want to kill people? Is always my very first question in Fallout. How do we want to kill people? Well, he's indestructible, right? Which means high endurance. We know that guaranteed. So let's get that endurance high. I'm thinking we start on a 10. And because we're trying to get that endurance as high as possible, I'm also going to want to do ballistic weave. And I'm going to want to put that on the green shirt and combat boots, which would give us a +2 to endurance, which should give us an endurance of 12, which is really cool. And we're going to start on 10. Actually, that's going to give us an endurance of 13 to start because we're going to get that bobblehead, which will put us up to 13. Wow, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And I believe we can get endurance plus Fallout for bike. Yes. See, I knew it. I knew it. This is this bike right here, the power cycle. Boom. So we're going to need to do power cycle. We'll put that in notes. Power cycle / volt 81 priority. Which would be fun. We'll do a bunch of DLCs. That's the point. I want to just make a character that just like doesn't die. So what perks are really going to be important here now that we're starting this way? Well, I'm thinking toughness, refractor. I'm thinking life giver. And I'm thinking solar powered. So let's look at solar powered. Let's look at solar powered. Okay, so that should give us a +2. We'll say end during day. And that'll put that up to a 15. Yeah, because... God, that puts him up to a 16 if you include the power cycle. That's crazy. That's without any armor buffing the endurance. Is just off the bat, I'm fairly certain with bobblehead into endurance and power cycle, we can get up to 16 by the end of this. We are building. We are building. Adamantium skeleton is like a second tier. And I'm definitely thinking I want Aqua Boy. I always like having Aqua Boy 1 because I don't feel it's necessary to have Aqua Boy 2. I don't need to be submerged completely or undetectable when I'm submerged completely. But I love that I can just swim around and not have to worry about radiation. But is that necessary if I'm going to be getting rid of that radiation myself? Because solar powered at the end is actually going to get rid of that radiation for me. God, that's going to start happening at 27. I think there's other things that are more of a priority, like strong back is definitely going to be a priority for us. Why don't we just throw that up here? And why don't we be efficient with it? And why don't we just Lone Wanderer? And then we'll do second tier. We'll just get rid of Aqua Boy. And we'll put Attack Dog. We'll make Adamantium Skeleton like third. We'll do Attack Dog. Oh, man. Because then Attack Dog can then combo. Ooh, you can hold an enemy, giving you a greater chance in bats. When your dog holds an enemy, there's a chance he'll cripple the limb he's biting. When your dog holds an enemy, there's a chance he'll cause them to bleed. And then when adventuring with your dog, you take 10% less damage. Indestructible! There it is. Attack Dog necessary. I don't know if Inspiration's going to be necessary. I don't think so. I like Inspiration. I'll do. And I like that I don't have to worry about going to get the bobblehead necessary for local leader. Anyway, I don't think he's going to be the smartest tool in the shed, though. I don't think he's going to be smart. So when we look at the Rockyville Slugger, because that is, for me, that is definitely going to be probably the best, one of the best bats in the game. So what is it going to take to upgrade that to the most I can? It's going to take a science of 4. I'm definitely not doing that. Well, we'll need blacksmith anyway in order to get the some of the best armor in the game. In order to get it upgraded, I'll need to have blacksmith just right off the bat. Do we want a local leader everything? I think so. So we're going to want to local leader. I'm almost feeling that's our dividing line. And we still haven't even discussed how we want to... It's going to have to be big leagues if we're doing that. So let's do big leagues. But I want to be able to snipe. And that'll be how we can take down some big stuff. Or do we just... Or do we snipe? Or do we just, like, deliver? I think we snipe. I think we snipe. I do. I think we snipe. Mr. Sandman and Ninja. Does that appear? Okay, so we can make this work. So let's do the Rockyville Slugger. And I'm seeing can like Overseer's Guardian. Let's just be like classic with it. Let's just be classic. Da-da. So first things first, we're gonna want to sneak, and we're gonna want to beef up the riflemen. That's the first thing. We want Life Giver. We'll do it in that order. That'll be a lot better because Mr. Sandman's gonna take a while for us to get silencers. So we'll put Mr. Sandman down here. Let's do toughness and solar powered is one of the first ones I'm gonna want to grab. That's the first one I'm gonna want to grab is solar powered. Actually, the very first one we're going to want to grab is Idiot Savant. Because we are going to try to maximize how many special points we have. So we're going to just do Idiot Savant. So we're going to need... Okay. Then we're going to need our charisma to be able to go get local leader. Let's do... We're going to want Idiot Savant, then Solar Powered, then Lone Wanderer. That's the thing. I mean, to play survival the best, it's really important that you have the ability to, like, snipe. It's so important in this game to have the ability to snipe. And if there's a way that I could get myself to have the sniping ability, that would be really, really powerful. Hmm. Okay, so now that we have an order of things and really just like how we would classify the importance of these things, I think we can start to kind of fill out this list. So let's start with Idiot Savant now that we know. Because we know we're going to have green combat boots, green shirt and combat boots. We're going to have a battered fedora. And we're going to have sunglasses. So we know all that. Now we don't know what we're going to put our special book in. We do know that we're going to want to get Wasteland Survival Guide. Sunshine Trading Company. Okay. Okay. So we have a plan for Indestructible. We have a plan. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So if we're gonna start with Idiot Savant, that is gonna be number 1. Idiot Savant. And that would be 11 and 34. Interesting. Interesting. So we can kind of check that one off the list. Then we're going to move to solar powered. It's going to be number 3. $27 and $50. Yep, and then Lone Wanderer is a really good one to throw in there. getting strong. Just getting, like, stupid strong within the first three levels. $40 and $50. And we would love to have strong back. I'll have to remove one out of charisma to get that strength in there. Ooh, I can special book. Never mind. Never mind. Special book gets me to strong back. The thing about perception is I'm immediately going to get a bobblehead, so it'll go from 1 to 2. My sunglasses will make it, or whatever glasses I wear, will make it a 3. And I just... any of my agility perception stuff is going to make it go up higher, and I don't plan on sniping with VATS. I just don't. I don't plan on it. Pie in the Sky. Is attack dog more powerful, more necessary than blitz and rooted? Because we have no agility right now. Like, we have no agility at all. God, but we could carry so much. We're going to have, like, no agility. This isn't going to work because we wanted to have so much stuff in agility. It's not going to work. Can't believe I'm not sure I realized that about Rifleman, that it starts ignoring the target's armor. It's interesting. That's kind of huge. Especially at the later in later games, later stages of the game. We're going to go pitch after this, play some MLB 25 to show. But I did want to get this down and get this recorded because I think Indy is going to be a really fun character. Like, I think he's the kind of character I'm going to come back to because it's going to be a. The whole idea of Indy is that I'm exploring Fallout with you guys. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing, why I'm doing the things that I'm doing as I'm doing them. And it's going to be fun. I'm not tied to like how the character was supposed to be, and it's all going to be subject to change, which is going to be really fun. Like, and I will show you guys if we get to a point when we need to change things. What are we going to do? How's it going to look? Like, I love the idea. I'm starting with Idiot, Solar, Lone Wanderer, Strongback, Rifleman. By the time I'm 11, I got a Rifleman 2 and Strongback 2. That's huge. That is huge. An amazing place to leave off, right? But what was the problem that we ran into is that we do not have the agility necessary to do the Sneak, Ninja, and Mr. Sandman. So what is Life Giver is going to be? So we could do Life Giver 1 and 2, and then Life Giver 3. And then by 13, we can have Adamantium Skeleton 2. Oh my god, we're just starting to turn into an absolute beast. Oh my god, this is starting to look scary. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So before I start getting into that, right, are we ready for local leader yet? Or are we just gonna like make it into Boston and just try to survive out there in downtown? Is that what we're gonna do? Like, are we gonna? Because I think that's the move. Is let's take like all the wood we can when we go back, when we go down. I don't know. Let's take a look at the settlement map, right? Because maybe that's not where we're gonna want to be. I mean, Hangman will just make the most sense because it'll give me it's the most centrally located, and it's a great place to start. Oh, he could be a castle guy. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh my god, look at what this dude did on Spectacle Island. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot going on there. Now that, I want to see what the heck that is. What in the world are you building over there and over here? That looks very interesting. So this is just a market. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we do the castle. I think we do hangmans. And let's make hangmans our first place. castle. I like it. The castle would be interesting. Or do I try to go over to the beta quadrant? I never do anything there. Like, what about County Crossing? Never do anything in County, man. What's County Crossing look like? You knew exactly what I wanted to see. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Intriguing stuff, huh? Do we do County? I don't know if I've ever done County. And what's the County Crossing quest? I can't remember. Hi, Sebastian. Hmm. I don't know. Why don't we let the settlement be unknown for now? I think that makes the most sense. Hmm. Yeah. I still think castle. I'm still thinking castle. I really am. And so then what does that tell us? So that tells us that we don't need the local leader quite that fast. Do we want to do that early? I don't know. I don't know if we actually even want to do that so fast. I mean, probably. And that's when we'll go do the castle. Why don't we drop question marks behind these things? Because I think we're really at a place where we know that the beginning is good up to 13. But do we just try to make them stronger right out the gate? I don't know. So the thing is, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 into agility. Hello, Sebastian. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if we're not going to local leader that fast, and we're not going to medic 1 that fast, then let's retool this a little bit. Because we really only need up to there then. Oh, hello, Sebastian. Hi. Mm-hmm. You go, boy. Hi. Mm. You say hi to everybody. You go, boy. So if we remove those, that gives us some more points, and we can actually put those in agility where we really need them to be, which puts our agility at 3. Bobblehead puts it at 4, and then 1, 2, 3. So we really are only going to need 3 then. It's only going to need to be a +3. So why don't we then take that? Because then that's perfect! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. And then we'll start with Ninja. Ninja 1. With Agility Bobblehead. Yeah, and then that saves us needing the bobblehead for Medic 1, which will mess up our leveling. I see, I see. Okay, so we'll start, instead we'll do a sneak 1, and then we'll do a sneak 2, and then we'll do a sneak 3. And then that'll leave sneak 4 there. And then just +1 agility, +1 agility, +1 agility. What? And then we have, and then we can do Mr. Sandman. Oh, is that gonna work out so perfectly? Oh my gosh, look at that! Okay, that is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, that is freaking awesome. Now, we are gonna suffer because we are not gonna have everything connected for a long time. That is gonna be the rough of it. But we'll do our do we just leave it there and see if we can even get to this point and then make the decision? We have yeah, big leagues. I do need my big leagues. So this is, we're going to say guaranteed. I'm going to say phase 1. That's a guaranteed phase 1. And phase 2, man, phase 2 doesn't end until, that's so long before we take a real big improvement. Yeah, but you're going to be able to carry so much. You're going to be able to snipe people. I'm not going to have to worry about fiddling around with gun mods and whatnot. All I need is to get a silencer. And does the Overseer's Guardian have one? Does it come with one? Nope. Yeah, that's going to take a long time before we get our silencer. Why don't we put Mr. Sandman at the top? With Big Leagues and Attack Dog and maybe Blacksmith. Why don't we just... Because I don't know if we're going to get a silencer by then. It may take until here before Mr. Sandman is ready. Because we don't know when Mr. Sandman's going to be dropping, because we are not aware of that, I think it's fair to say that we should probably hold off on going beyond because we may want to work in Attack Dog. And we're still missing. Hmm. There's a number of options we have here because, like, we can try to maximize not having to go get the luck bobblehead, which is probably really, really smart. We're gonna have to swim over to Spectacle Island anyway, so I like it. Let's maintain where we're at with the luck. Let's maintain where we're at with everybody. And then I don't have to worry about going and getting my strong back, which will put me up for steady aim. So that's why we're going to do +2 strength. Rooted. And we're only going to do rooted 2. So that's really only going to be a 4 perk investment to get rooted. Oh my god, that's crazy. Well, all we really have to worry about is getting through phases 1 and 2. After that, we have these perks that I'd like to get. I'm not sure if Blacksmith is actually going to be necessary, so why don't we just take Blacksmith down? And why don't we just say these are where we're at? We know we have 2 phases down, and that's what matters, so... In the middle, we should be 6, 2, 11, 4, 2, 7, 5. Yeah, let's do the pommel horse first since we're gonna have like no agility. But we'll go to the power cycle. That'd be 9. We'll get you up to 9. You'll stay at 2. You'll be at 16. You should be 4, 5, 6. You'll be 2. You'll stay at 7. And you'll be 5, 6, 7. So that is what we are initially looking at, guys, for Indestructible. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Super fun. I love doing this. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I would do this even if nobody was watching. Even if I didn't even, like, create this character. The whole idea for me is that this was just so fun, and it's a good way that I can kind of share this with you guys. Um, it's really important to me to be able to share my video games and my hobbies and passions with people. And I just thank you to everybody who's tuned in or tunes in the future to watch this. I love Fallout, and war never changes. See you guys tomorrow night.